morning. I know I never finished the video where I cloth banded this, but I wanted to show you something. It is now the 9th of December. I cloth banded this on November 30th. So I've been turning it about once a week, just to I'm trying to make sure that it cures well. But when I went downstairs this morning, I noticed that there is liquid on top of the cheese. There is a crack right here, and there is liquid leaking out of the cheese. I also noticed that there is liquid on the plate. I don't see any other cracks. I only see that one crack. So I'm not sure if that is an insurmountable obstacle. The smell of the liquid leaking out isn't bad. It doesn't precisely smell like cheese, but I think I probably did not do enough layers of the cloth banding, and especially on the top here, it's weeping, and there is a crack. I can now see when I'm looking at it in the light. There is a crack. Okay, there's a crack that goes from here all the way across to here, kind of curves around. And then there's another crack starting right here. So I don't think that this is going to work long term. I think there's too much water still in this cheese because I wasn't able to press it completely. I need to actually make a press rather than relying on the homemade press or the jerry-rigged press that I was working with. So I am going to grab couple of things. I'm going to grab a pair of skizzers, okay, skizzers, and a knife. Just a second. And I know that's a horrible waste of lard, but I am going to cut into this and see if we have anything . Now I'm not sure if it did that, if it cracked because I didn't put enough lard on it. If there's something else going wrong on the inside, I don't know. So I am opening this up to see what it looks like, and I'm fine with that. This is an experiment. So, okay, I still need to cut more on this side. Okay, all right, let's see what we've got. Set the knife aside. All right, so it is a very soft cheese. Let's see if we can. It's just starting to age. It's not bad. That's not bad. Looking at the depth of the lard, it doesn't look like it's too bad. I think probably the only problem that we've got is that it was so wet, because as the cheese develops, if there's too much liquid in it, that's not bad. It's got an interesting tang to it. It is, let me wipe off this knife. You can see it's pretty soft. And that's pretty good. I think I'm going to enjoy that cheese. Okay. but it doesn't look like the cloth banding was thick or too thin or anything. But I'm guessing, now I don't know precisely because I've never done this before, but I'm guessing that if this cheese had been dry enough, it would have, that's good stuff. I'm guessing that if this cheese had been dry enough, it would have aged fine without the liquid coming out. See if I can, it's smooth. Just got a little tiny bit of a tang to it. I think this would have been a good sharp cheese. I don't have a vacuum sealer, so I wonder, I'll have to think about the possibility of there being a way that I can seal this back up. But I'm afraid that it will still continue to leak. It's possible that I simply didn't turn it enough. Oh my. Yeah, I'm going to be eating this stuff. This is good. So I'm going to put some of it in the freezer and see if I can process some of it a different way. Possibly take the cloth banding off and wax it. But that's pretty good. And I think it's going to have to be the next one. If I make more cheese this way, it's going to have to be pressed more thoroughly. That's... Wow. It's very mild. I didn't put any salt in it. I think if I had salted it, it would have made a difference in the flavor. But that's pretty good. I'm going to try that one again. Okay, so 2 gallons of milk. It was actually 1.5 gallons of milk. And I took I used the cultures did not appear to work. The Gouda cultures that I had did not appear to work. So I used the whey, some of the whey, as a mesophilic culture. Some of the whey that I've been using other types of cheese that I've been doing. And I wonder if that... not the cloth banding specifically, but I wonder if the lard can be repurposed. Move that over. That's pretty good stuff. And that's interesting. That's just 2 weeks of aging. I'm going to have to see if I can find a way to let that continue to age. Because now I'm curious as to what that would taste like after a month or 2 months or 3 months. Maybe I'll split these into quarters and do one of them, open up one of them a month from now, and then one of them 2 months from now, and so on, and see what that tastes like. Interesting. Okay, so this was this was homogenized milk, but I didn't use any calcium chloride, so the rennet didn't set up right. And the cultures, I don't think the cultures did anything. So I added whey as a mesophilic culture, and then pressed the cheese, turned it, pressed it, turned it, so it was just a standard cheese that way. But I was using the homemade press, so it didn't press completely. And I think if it had pressed completely, it would have made a big difference. And it wouldn't have started leaking all of a sudden. Yeah, that's good. I'll talk with you later.